How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Really exciting one today. We got a bunch of new restocks, all that fun stuff, and then a brand new stamp. So let me introduce you to Larry the Foundation Lobster. We got these on mint disc lobsters in Sublime and Nocturnal plastic. Nocturnals, there's Glow. And you got just this fun lobster. This one you can probably see it the best. Fun lobster, rocking the Foundation muscle tee, ripping a basket apart. Ton of fun. If you don't know what the lobster is, it's a sea creature that lives, I'm just kidding. It's a flippy mid, there's a great one right there. It's a understable mid from Mint Discs, which Mint is made by MVP. So if you're wondering what their plastic's gonna be like, you're not sure, you can kind of get an idea. This is like, I believe, plasma plastic from MVP. So very great feeling plastic, great durability, all that fun stuff. You can rip these things out on hyzer, they'll flip up to flat, get a little bit of turn for you. You throw them flat, they'll cruise right over. You can actually see a video of me throwing one on a hyzer flip line on our Instagram. It should be posted by now. And that was into a little bit of a like head right to left wind. So if you want to pay attention to that, but awesome, awesome disc, ton of fun. And then what a fun stamp. So pick up your own Larry the Foundation Lobster. We got all kinds of different colors and stamp combinations. It's like the 2 foil stamp going on there. We got some red ones over here. Oh, the red on red. That's the most lobster looking lobster ever. We got some magenta, some green, all kinds of fun ones. So you can check those out. They're live on the site now.
Okay, back here in the Discmania corner, we've got kind of a general restock I want to go over. Silas, if you sneeze, you're fired. Don't do it.
Okay, I didn't sneeze.
Okay, thank goodness. That would have been tough. Okay, so first thing I want to start with is the P1X. We've got these in stock right now. I think these are also, okay, these are, so these are just the swirly ones. And then we also have like, I think these are, what am I looking at right now? Flex 2, I guess this is, oh, these were 10-year anniversary. That's what the stamp is. I was like, why did they stamp them this way? So we have kind of the stock ones now as well. If you haven't gotten your hands on the P1X, basically the best way to describe this is it is just a straighter P3X is kind of the way it feels to me. The P3X is, here we go, is kind of, a different shoulder, but a similar small bead and a similar lower profile feel in the hand, but just not quite that same overstability. I actually probably need to throw one of these because I really have a lot of success with the P3X, but I think I'd like it in a putter that's like straight to understable, and that's what you're getting out of the P1X. I also really like this kind of sandy swirly color. I might have to give one of these a chuck. But in any case, we got the P1X right now, one of the newest molds they've come back with. Some other molds we got restocked right now. We got P2s restocked. We've got these in Flex 1 and Flex 2. So if you don't know, the way that their system works is Flex 1 is their softest. It's got a good bit of give to it. Flex 2, a bit stiffer. It actually goes all the way up to Flex 3, but we don't have those. We have the Flex 1 and 2. But the P2, kind of been their most popular putter for a long time for a reason. It's beadless, kind of a deeper beadless putter. You can throw them really far. They're good for throwing, but also just great putting putters. A lot of putters have chosen these over the years and had a lot of success with them. So check out the P2. We got a bunch of those in stock. Into some more of the faster discs. Right now we've got MD5s, M3s, or MD3s and MD1s all in stock right now. And actually, let me grab one of the cool MD1s we just got. This stamp is pretty neat. Got to throw one of these yesterday. I would compare these to kind of like a Mako, maybe a little more stable. These things just kind of go dead straight, and then you can throw turnovers with them right away. MD3, obviously, if you haven't seen, Hunter loves this disc. It's an incredible disc, very straight with just a little fade, brand new. They beat into just an amazing, this is one of the best mids on the market. I think the new MD3s are still fantastic. I think one thing that Trilogy Plastic has shown us, even with the new Discmania stuff, is like Hunter has had a MD3 in his bag for a long time. And I think though it's seasoned quicker than the old MD3s would, once it gets to a point, it does stick there for a while. His MD3 has been flying pretty consistently for him for quite some time now. So once you kind of get that initial seasoning, they really do hold up for you and they're great. MD5 is a disc that I actually have in my bag right now. Very overstable mid-range, great for forehands and backhands alike, good into the wind. And right now, this right here is a great 1-2-3 punch. You could have these in your bag and really need to look no further. Maybe you could add an Origin to your bag. I'm not sure. We do have Origins in stock right now. I think if you threw an Origin in here as your flippiest mid-range, this cool glitch stamp, this could be one of the best mid-range lineups you could ever ask for. That's one thing. Discmania has really, really good gapping in their lineup, putter, mids, and drivers. We'll kind of move up to the drivers now because we have some restocks in that as well. And I'll give you another example of some really good gapping they have. So the FD, we've got a bunch of S-line FDs in right now. Very straight disc, beats into flippy pretty quick. Then we just got a big restock of the FD1. This is meant to be the slightly more overstable complement to the FD. We've got a few different colors. You're gonna get a little more fade out of these. Really, really nice disc. I believe Casey White really loves these. And then on the overstable side of things, we have a nice selection of FD3s. We've actually got quite a few because right now we still have some of the old Doomstone ones in the Flex 1, super gummy. We've got some stock S-line FD3s, and we still have some of, I believe these are the solar flares. Yeah, these awesome Horizon solar flare ones, the Alden Harris ones. So these are very overstable fairways. So a great lineup there. As I look around, I see we still have some of these spooky Nordic Phenoms. These are the DD3s. Can't believe we still have a couple of these in stock. The pumpkin design on that is so fun. We still have a few of the other Halloween molds as well. I'm noticing we've got a couple of the, oh, lost sticker there. Couple of the FDs as well, the Ella Hansens, and we still have some of the Last Howls as well. These are the Colt Montgomery swirl PDs. I mean, look at the swirls on the back of that thing. These are pretty nuts. So we have a great Discmania selection at the moment. I think I covered most of the stuff. We just kind of got back into stock, but if you haven't really messed around with their lineup in a while, it's a great time. And like I said, they just have really good, consistent molds. They're not super flashy, but they get the job done. And once you put them in your bag, you have a really hard time taking them out.
All right, we got a sick Innova restock, a lot of your favorite molds, some molds that you don't know about that are about to become your favorite molds, and all that fun stuff. So let me just kind of walk you through what I'm seeing. Some of this might not even be restocks. Some of this might just be stuff that's already been on the site, but I'm gonna just tell you about it. Like the Savant here, I think the Savant's been on the site, but you know I'm a Thunderbird guy. You know I absolutely love the Thunderbird. But the Savant is basically a beat up Thunderbird. So it starts a little bit less stable. It has that -1.2 instead of the 0.2. I think we also got a Thunderbird restock on top of that. But if you're looking for a Thunderbird that has a little bit more push, a little bit straighter flight before the finish there, check out the Savant. We also got a bunch of Rock 3s back in. So we have some Halo Rock 3s. We've got some DX Rock 3s. We've got some stock Champ Rock 3s. Look at that gorgeous one. I love when the Champ plastic gets like that, like neon day glow looking. We also have some stock Star Rock 3s if you just want the classic look. This still has the old stamp on it, which is always fun. And we have some Metal Flake Rock 3s if you're looking for a little bit more stability. And then if you're like, I don't want that Rock 3 crap, give me the classic rocks. We got plenty of those. So we have some KC Pro. That one's gorgeous. I'm always a simp for the blue and the white and blue. It just looks so good. Bunch of KC Pro rocks. We have some of their DX rocks. I think these are actually Proto Glow. Yeah, these are Proto Glow DX rocks. This glow is insane. Looks like, is this one premium? We also have some Star rocks. Back in my day, it used to be so hard to come across a premium rock. Now they're just sitting on shelves. And then we also have your DX rock, which is just a softer KC Pro, a little bit less durable, but it's great for your cycling mid-ranges. Then we have a bunch more Star rocks back here, actually. And in the back, we have some more Rock 3s. Okay, I thought this was a Champ Rock, and I was like, if I pull a stock Champ Rock off this shelf, then we need to just stop the count and figure out what the heck's going on, because that shouldn't be there. But next down the line, we've got the Shark. We've got a bunch of Star Sharks, which is basically like a beadless rock, more or less. Really, really solid disc. We got the Star one here, and I think we even had some DX ones somewhere, but we got the Star Shark in stock there. A lot of S's. As we move down the shelf, Innova's flagship approach disc, the Toro. If you're looking for something a little bit deeper than a zone, in my opinion, also a little bit slower, in my opinion, but just as overstable, if not more overstable, check out the Toro. Next door to it, we've got Thunderbirds in stock. I think we're out of Champ Thunderbirds, but we got your Halo and your Star Thunderbirds, which will offer a little bit less stability than the Champ, a little bit more than the Savant. So great, great disc there. And we got a bunch of Halo ones right there. And then a disc I gotta talk to you about is the Wolf. We got the DX Wolf back in stock. I know these flight numbers look really scary, 4.3, -4.1. They'll get there. It starts off a little bit more overstable than that, but it's just a ton of fun. It's got this grip track on it. Ton of fun, hyzer flip, mid-range. These are a blast. The final thing I'll talk to you about, because we got Novas in stock, we got Mysteers in stock, very underrated disc. We got a bunch of other stuff in stock, but I want to talk to you about the Destroyer that's back in stock. We got the Star Destroyer, which they now are doing this like DX stamp on it. We got a bunch of Star Destroyers back in stock. We were basically out of Star Destroyers, I think, pre this. So now we've got all the Destroyers you could want. And if you're like, Hunter, I hate that top stamp. You and me both, brother. But don't worry, they have some bottom stamp ones. So that ugliness can go away. Before, after. Look how much better that is. Professional toy. So you can choose which side of the fence you want to be on by purchasing one at foundationdisc.com. But a bunch of Star Destroyers. We got plenty of Innova though. Whatever you're looking for, we probably have it.
We've got a Thought Space Athletics restock that we got in. Not something we restock a ton. If you're not familiar with the brand, Thought Space Athletics is been around for a little bit. They're manufactured by MVP, similar to Mint discs. But I'd say one thing that is their strength that a lot of people do love about them is their stamp design, and their stamping is really, really cool. It's really out there. They do a lot of different creative things, and I think that's one of the things that separates their brand, as well as having some great molds as well, such as the Pathfinder. This is definitely their flagship mold. I think the one that a lot of people would recognize from them. A very, very straight mid-range. Pretty cool stamp on this one. We also have it in a different plastic with a different stamp as well. This is the Eric Oakley one. Yeah, these mid-ranges are dead straight out of the box. They basically are one of the straightest mid-ranges out there. I've thrown them a few times, and they kind of just don't waver off their path once you get them on the right line. But they're a great mid-range for all levels. Other ones that I want to highlight, the Animus, got a chance to throw this yesterday. Really fun stamp on this. Basically, this is like a flip-up driver, but not overly understable. It's really good for distance and getting great turnover lines. I would also say it's probably about an 11 speed. Yeah, it feels like in an 11 speed range. But yeah, I was throwing it yesterday, and even into like headwind, if I gave it enough hyzer, it was able to flip, kind of do a long turn and then come back a little. But in neutral wind, like you can just kind of pop it up and it'll just go straight. It's a good flying disc. Another one that I want to highlight here is the Crux. This one we have in a couple different stamps, and I really like this Panda one. I think it's a good time. This one, you might, if you decide to check this out, you might find it familiar because it is precisely the same as the Mint disc Taco. They've definitely reused the mold. So if you like that disc, or if you haven't tried that disc because you thought, I don't like the name Taco or the stamp, well, these stamps are in a completely different atmosphere, for better or worse. I really like this. I think these stamps are super cool. And also they got some really cool swirl ones, like this one. This green is very, very cool. That is a beautiful looking disc. I think that's the thing about Thought Space for me, is like, they come out with so many cool triple foil stamp combinations and swirls that it's almost like you got to browse each individual disc to just find the works of art amongst them. Those are the molds that we're getting up now. We do have other molds that we'll be getting up probably over the next week or so. We've got the Construct that'll be coming up soon. We've got just a bunch of other ones, a few different putters. We got the Numa. But like you can see, they put a lot of effort into their artwork, and I think that's kind of one of the appeals of this brand, as well as being MVP plastic. So you can't go wrong there. They set themselves up in that way. So make sure to check out Thought Space if you haven't. It's a great time, and there'll be more coming up on the site in the next week or so.
Final thing to tell you about, we're in the Discraft aisle. We still have some of the really cool Discraft that dropped last week, such as these like crystal metal flake Athenas. And a bunch of other stuff. So if you're looking for some unique stuff, you can check that stuff out. But I want to talk to you about the Buzz, because we just got a restock on probably the most popular plastic of the most popular mid-range out there, which is Z. This is actually a Z Light one I just happened to grab, but we got Z plastic and apparently Z Light back on the shelf. There's a stock Z one right there. If you're looking for just a dead straight mid-range, this is the tried and true, the Buzz. This is pretty much in every Discraft Pro's bag in one way or another. And if you're like, I kind of want some cool stamps, I'm not all about that, just stock stamp life, we still got some of the Halloween ones. So we still have some of the triple foil and the stock Halloween Buzzes if you're interested in that. But if you're looking for a straight mid, the Buzz is a lot of times the first place people will tell you to start, and it's a good spot to start. So you can find all of this and a lot more over on the site. It's all live right now. We'll be back next week to tell you about some new stuff that's coming in.